The apocalypse has just begun. Will you survive the first 72 hours? Let's be real, most people won't make it. The world descends into chaos, power grids fail, everything you take for granted is just gone. If you enjoy this kind of content, please don't forget to like and subscribe at the end of the video. But if you've done these 5 things, your chances skyrocket. I'm not talking about maybe surviving. I'm talking about giving yourself the ultimate advantage when everyone else is panicking. We are going to break down the 5 most critical, non-negotiable things you absolutely must have ready to go. Today, we're going to see if you have what it takes to outlast the end of the world. This isn't just some movie plot. This is about having a real plan for the most extreme situation imaginable. Forget what you see in Hollywood. Surviving the first 3 days is a brutal test of preparation. It's the most important test you will ever face. So stick with me because I'm about to show you the exact blueprint that could save your life. We're going to cover everything from the most essential resource that will run out in hours to the one plan that could be the difference between life and death. Are you ready? Because the clock is ticking. This isn't just a list, it's a challenge. For every single one of these 5 things, I want you to honestly ask yourself if you are prepared. By the end of this video, you will know exactly where you stand, and I'm going to give you the exact steps to get ready. The first 72 hours are everything. Let's dive in and see if you're a survivor. Alright, let's get straight to it. Number 1, and this is the most important thing on this entire list, stockpiled clean water. Forget food, forget weapons, forget everything else for a second. Without water, you are done. The human body can only survive about 3 days without it. In an apocalypse, tap water will be the first utility to go. It will either stop flowing completely or it will become so contaminated that drinking it is a death sentence. You absolutely cannot rely on finding clean water once disaster strikes. Everyone else will have the same idea and sources will become battlegrounds. So how much do you actually need? For our 72-hour window, that means you need a bare minimum of 3 gallons of clean, drinkable water for every single person in your group. And that's just for drinking. Basic hygiene. Storing it is simple. You can buy sealed gallons from the store, or you can fill sturdy food-grade containers yourself. Keep them in a cool, dark place. Think about it like this. Having this water is like having a 3-day head start on the rest of the world. While everyone else is desperately searching for a puddle, you are hydrated, thinking clearly, and able to execute the rest of your plan. This isn't just a suggestion, it's the foundation of your survival. I'm telling you, go right now and make sure you have at least 3 gallons of water stored for everyone in your home. It's the easiest and most critical prep you can do. Without it, the other 4 steps on this list don't even matter. Okay, you've got your water, you've survived day 1, but now your body is screaming for energy. That brings us to number 2, secured non-perishable food. When the world ends, Uber Eats isn't coming. The grocery store shelves will be stripped bare in a matter of hours. I mean, we all saw what happened with toilet paper. Imagine food. You need a dedicated stash of food that requires no refrigeration, minimal to no cooking, packed with calories to keep you going under extreme stress. Your body will be burning way more energy than usual. Calorie-dense, easy-to-carry foods. Think canned goods, beans. Think canned goods, tuna. Think canned goods, chicken. Protein bars, granola, nuts, dried fruit. These are things you can literally grab and eat on the move. The goal for the first 72 hours isn't a gourmet meal. It's to consume enough calories to stay strong, focused, and capable. You should aim for at least 2,000 calories per person per day. So for 3 days, that's 6,000 calories each. That might sound like a lot, but a few protein bars and a can of chili can get you there easily. And don't forget a manual can opener. It's one of the most overlooked tools in survival. It's useless to have 100 cans of food if you can't get into them. Your food stash should be stored right alongside your water in a cool, dry place, ready to be thrown into a backpack at a moment's notice. Having this food ready means you're not wasting precious energy hunting for scraps. You're fueled up and ready to deal with bigger problems, which is a massive advantage over the 99% of people who will be starving. you're hydrated, you're fed, but the world is now a much more dangerous place. This brings us to the third essential, a fully prepared first aid kit. In a normal world, if you get a deep cut, you go to urgent care. If you get sick, you see a doctor. In an apocalypse, you are the doctor. Hospitals will be overflowing and then they'll stop functioning altogether. A sprained ankle, a simple burn can quickly become a life-threatening disaster without proper medical supplies. This isn't about being a surgeon, it's about being able to handle the most common injuries. Your kit needs to be more than just a box of cartoon Band-Aids. We're talking about a serious trauma kit. You need supplies for bleeding control, like tourniquets, pressure bandages, and gauze. You need antiseptic wipes and antibiotic ointment to prevent infection, which will be one of the biggest killers. Include a variety of bandages, medical tape, and blister treatments because you'll likely be on your feet more than ever. Also, pack essential medications, pain relievers like ibuprofen, antihistamines for allergic reactions, and any personal prescription medications you need. Try to have at least a week's supply. Building this kit is something you can do right now, and it's honestly one of the most empowering steps you can take. You can buy pre-made trauma kits online, which are a great starting point, and then add your own personal items. Keep this kit with your water and food in a place that's easy to grab. Being able to clean and dress a wound yourself or splint a twisted ankle is a skill that will put you leagues ahead of everyone else. When there are no doctors, this little bag of supplies becomes the most valuable thing you own. With water, food, medical supplies, you have the basics to keep your body going, but you are still exposed. Number 4, establishing a safe shelter. First 72 hours, biggest threats. Elements, other desperate people, freezing cold, pouring rain, scorching heat. You need protection. You need a secure place to rest without looking over your shoulder, a place with solid walls, lockable doors. For most, that means sheltering in place, your own home. Your home is your castle. You know the layout. It has your supplies. You can fortify it. Barricade doors, barricade windows, cover windows with blankets or with cardboard. Make the house look uninteresting and hard to enter. Let desperate people pass you by. If staying home isn't an option, have a predetermined bug-out location. A relative's house in a rural area, a secluded spot you scouted. The key, have a plan before the disaster. Decide now, are you staying put or leaving? If staying, how will you secure your home? If leaving, where are you going? What route will you take? Sleep deprivation is massive. It impairs judgment. It slows reaction time. Secure shelter for a few hours of sleep is a tactical necessity. It lets you rest, recover, and plan your next move. Okay, this is the final piece of the puzzle, the one that ties everything together. Number 5, a communication and escape plan. You can have all the supplies in the world, but if you're isolated and have no idea what to do next, you're just waiting for the end. The first part is communication. Your cell phone will be useless, the internet will be down. You need old school methods. At a minimum, have a hand crank emergency radio. At a minimum, have a battery-powered emergency radio to listen for broadcasts from any remaining authorities. This will be your only source of information about what's happening in the wider world. The second, and arguably more important part, is your plan with your loved ones. You need to establish right now a communication protocol. For example, if a disaster happens and we get separated, we will all try to meet at Grandma's house. You need a primary meeting point, a secondary one if the first is compromised, and even a third out-of-state contact person that everyone can try to check in with. This plan has to be made and memorized by everyone in your group before anything happens, because you won't be able to call them to figure it out. Finally, your escape plan or your bug-out plan. This is your get-out-of-Dodge strategy. You need a packed go bag for every person containing a 72-hour supply of all the items we've discussed. You need pre-planned routes to your rally points, including back roads in case the main highways are jammed. This plan is your lifeline. It removes the need for panic decision-making when you're under the most intense pressure of your life. It turns chaos into a set of actionable steps. This plan is what separates the survivors from the statistics. So there you have it, the 5 absolute must-do things to survive the first 72 hours of the apocalypse. Stockpiled water, non-perishable food, a first aid kit, a secure shelter, a communication and escape plan. This isn't about fear, it's about empowerment. It's about taking control in a situation where all control seems lost. Each one of these steps is something you can start working on today, right after you finish this video. Don't wait for the emergency broadcast to sound. By then, it's already too late. True survival is about the work you do before the disaster ever begins. I challenge you to take this seriously. Go through the list and honestly assess where you stand. Do you have 3 gallons of water per person? Do you have 6,000 calories of food ready to go? Is your first aid kit more than just Band-Aids? Thinking about these scenarios isn't paranoid, it's responsible. The peace of mind you get from knowing you have a plan and the supplies to back it up is invaluable. You're not just preparing for the end of the world, you're preparing for any major disaster, from a hurricane to a massive power outage. This is how you give yourself and your family the best possible chance. This is how you move from being a victim of circumstance to being a survivor. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you and have an amazing day. Your support helps us create more content just like this, and sharing it could genuinely help someone else be more prepared. Stay safe, stay ready, and I'll see you in the next video.